You are the temple. The hidden meaning of 1 Corinthians 3:17. Peace to the remnant. Today I'm teaching on 1 Corinthians 3:17. One of the most misunderstood verses in the entire New Testament. Most people read it like it's talking about a church building, a religious structure, or an external God sitting in a temple. But when you slow it down, Paul is revealing something far deeper. He's talking about the internal temple, the inner man, the same internal integrity we saw in the book of Job. The verse itself, Paul says, if any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Now watch this. Paul doesn't say the temple is a building. He doesn't say the temple is a church. He doesn't say the temple is a location. He says, which temple you are. Meaning the temple is internal. The temple is the inner man. Paul is pointing to the conscience, the integrity, the inner righteousness, the inner alignment, the internal structure of a person. This is the same thing we saw in Job. Job's wife said, do you still retain your integrity? She wasn't talking about an external God. She was talking about Job's internal covenant, his inner posture, his inner righteousness. Paul is saying the same thing in different language. Defiling the temple equal to corrupting your internal integrity. When Paul says, if any man defile the temple, he's not talking about breaking church rules or damaging a building. He's talking about corrupting your conscience, violating your inner alignment, breaking your internal covenant, destroying the inner structure that makes you who you are. The destruction Paul talks about is internal. The collapse of the inner man. The God Paul speaks of is not external. In this verse, the God Paul refers to is not an external deity sitting in a building. It is the internal divine presence, the inner moral authority, the same internal voice Job refused to betray. Paul is saying, if you corrupt the inner temple, you destroy yourself from the inside out. This is internal judgment, not external punishment. The connection to Job. Job's entire story is internal. His integrity was internal. His righteousness was internal. His battle was internal. And Paul is teaching the same principle. The real temple is inside you. The real battle is inside you. The real destruction happens inside you. The real holiness is inside you. The true revelation. First Corinthians 3:17 is not about buildings. It's not about religion. It's not about external gods. It's about the inner man, the internal temple, the internal presence, the internal integrity that defines your spiritual identity. Paul is saying, guard your inner temple, protect your integrity, keep your inner alignment holy, because the temple of God is not out there. The temple of God is in you. So in closing, the revelation is simple. The temple is internal. The presence is internal. The integrity is internal. The destruction is internal. And the holiness is internal. That is the teaching for today.